On August 17th of 1977, I just returned to Memphis from a trip out in California, and I called John Fergus Ryan, who'd been my supervisor at the job I quit to go to California, just to tell him I was back in town. And he told me, Elvis died yesterday, and I want you to go out to his house out to Graceland and just write down everything you see. Because Ryan said he was trying to work out some deal with a magazine or something, and he said, he would take whatever I wrote and try to make an article out of it or use it for an article he was trying to sell. So I went out there in the afternoon, and I found this notebook several years later that I'd written in, which I never actually showed Ryan because later that day, he said the deal had fallen through. August 17, 1977. The car salesmen were out of their showrooms, leaning on the cars nearest the curb. They were watching the traffic jam. 3 helicopters circled the area. People are carrying cameras. A man gets out of his station wagon and checks his light meter. 2 women dressed in tight black slacks and black sleeveless knit blouses take each other's pictures as they lean up against the street sign at the corner of Elvis Presley Boulevard and Winchester Road. They are carrying suitcases. 2 lines, each a mile long, meet at the gate to Graceland. Across the street, 1,000 people watch the gate. 2 middle-aged women, accompanied by 5 children, are complaining to a policeman across the street that they've been in line for 8 hours and haven't gotten any closer. They want the policeman to escort them into the home. "That's not my detail," he tells them. One of the women says, "Memphis has the sorriest police force. They don't know what they're doing." The Commercial Appeal has 4 newspaper trucks in the parking lot selling papers with the headline, "Lonely Life of Elvis Ends at Graceland." One of the lines goes down Elvis Presley Boulevard to Dolan. Then for 6 blocks on Dolan. I get in that line. In front of me is a man about 35 or 40. His wife and 3 small children. In front of him, another family. Behind me is a woman wearing large blue glasses and a bouffant hairdo. We start talking, and I find she works on the fastest machine in the Ronrico macaroni factory. She took off work early to see Elvis's body, and now, looking at the line, realizes she might miss Wednesday night church, but will still have a chance for making it to choir practice afterwards. After 30 minutes, the line has moved about 100 feet, and an 11-year-old boy has come out of his house and begun selling cups of Coca-Cola for 30 cents, using the hood of the family car for a counter. He immediately sells out. 2 boys on 1 bike sell a basket full of newspapers in 1 minute. "We're going to get rich off this," one says, as they ride back for more papers. People in line are estimating how long it will take to get in. "I just hope we don't miss the 10 o'clock news," a woman says to her husband. Original plans had been to keep the gate open from 3 to 5, the radio announcer says. "It will be open indefinitely now. We have been in line for An hour and can't even see Elvis Presley Boulevard. Rain clouds overhead start pouring and 1,000 umbrellas open. A cop is standing behind the wrought iron gate to the driveway on the side street we are lined up on, and several women step out of line and take his picture with their Polaroid Instamatics. The 4-car garage of the home we're standing in front of is the subject of conversation, and as we stand in front of it. 4-car garage, and they're still adding on, the husband says. I wonder if they're fighting like the Hatfields and McCoys, his wife adds. They don't laugh. Those were lyrics from a song at that time, Let's Go to Lukenbach, Texas by Waylon Jennings. 2 old ladies walk past the line returning from Elvis Presley Boulevard. Did you see him? The woman next to me asks. There's pushing and shoving up there, one answers. And breaking in line, her friend adds. You'd think people would have more respect, the woman next to me says. A sheriff's patrol car is driving down the street towards us, making an announcement from a loudspeaker. The family has decided to close the gate at 6:30 p.m. No one else will be admitted. People in line at this point have no chance of entering the gate to Graceland. That was it. In memory of Elvis and my old friend John Fergus Ryan.